안녕하세요, 여러분. So this is another engine breakdown video. This is actually now the pink 240 engine, and just like the other video with my other RB25 from the FDM, it is going to be a long video of me yapping and tearing everything apart. This one though is going to be a lot more smoother because, you know, I just freshly built that motor, and all we just gotta do is just take everything apart, so it's nothing, no big mystery. But like I said, thank you guys so much for supporting me, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, so even though I said that it's gonna be a long video, it might be a little bit shorter because I'm actually gonna be voice-overing a lot of this footage in this video because the actual footage I was supposed to use for this video was in my second phone and I lost it somewhere. I cannot find this phone. It is gone. I hope I find it soon because there's so much YouTube footage I've recorded in that phone. It was like my YouTube, like, recording phone. All right, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is draining out the oil. It's just such a shame because this actually has nice break-in oil in here, and it's such a waste. I'm also going to get a small container to kind of collect this oil like a souvenir. And actually, it's not a bad diagnosing tool if you ever want to figure out what is in your actual oil. And then I take the intake out, the fuel rail, the turbo, yada, 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 all that boring stuff. But you guys remember my TikTok last year? You guys already know what happened next. Honestly, in hindsight, I know I should have coated the pistons and we maybe could have salvaged the whole motor. But honestly, at the end of the day, it was a blessing in disguise because we get to actually reuse all the internals towards the FDM engine. Okay, good morning, everyone. It is almost 11 o'clock. I wasted so much time driving back home because I totally forgot to bring the plastic bags. So I gotta hurry up because we're very due for time. So I'm gonna finish taking this thing apart. Shouldn't take that much longer to do. And then I'm gonna grab that, put it back in here, wrap this thing, put it to the side because we're not touching this block anymore for a while. Wrap up this crank because this crank is good. This is gonna go to the FDM. Pistons, just baggy them. We're good. And then over down there, it's kind of hard to see, but underneath that box, there is a block and crank that looks just like this one. And I'm hoping, from my memory, the block is just like, you know, it's not rusted, but it's got like a little surface rust going in there. So, and the crank, from my knowledge, should be fine. So, we're going to do that. And then, hopefully, I get to the machine shop. All I have to do is just get back home by 3. So, I can no. I have to get back home by 2 so I can change, clean up, because I already know I'm going to be messy and stuff. And it's like 40-something degrees. I don't care because I need just to get some stuff done. But yeah, anyways. All right, cool. Sorry, I just want to... I know usually I kind of set some stuff up to film, but I just got to do stuff really quickly. And I just want to make sure I document the current events. Okay, so I got everything packed for now. Here's the block. And I didn't realize it had more stuff in it than I remembered, actually. I don't think I ever fully teared it down. I only tore down the internals. The pistons that's going for the FDM is actually came off this engine. So, but still got the crank in there, and if you guys look, kind of hard to see, but the crank is not that rusty, and hold on. Okay, now we got the light on. Oh yeah. This might need to be bored too. So, oh, definitely. Look at that. Cylinder's just nasty. But that crank looks good. Like, that crank looks immaculate down there. So, this changes a lot of things. Because what I was going to do was I was just going to, if that block wasn't as bad, and like, I guarantee you, yep, it's pretty much same for everybody. So it doesn't matter. So this thing needs to be, I'm assuming that it needs to be bored too. Yeah, I feel like they could kind of clean that up maybe. They might able to clean that up. But that bottom one's just not happy looking. It's because I didn't store it properly. I did make an effort though, but it's just, but I think what I'm going to do is, I know this block is good. I think the only issue is how far do we need to, because they said it needs to be bored out, but how much though? Because of that rust contamination, corrosion that was happening. So really, I guess we gotta take this to the machine shop and see how far it goes, really. And then from there, we can make that final decision of like, oh, okay, we could do this and that. All right, well, with that conclusion, that kind of stops progress for now because, you know, I need to tear this thing down, and I don't have time to just put I have an engine stand for it. Like, I have another engine stand here, but we just don't have time. So, but at least I know that this thing is, it's just needs a little work. It really just needs a little work. It just, honestly, I mean, it really depends. Really depends. We take it to the machine shop and see what they say. And that's the only thing you could do. You could just take it to a machine shop and see what they say about it. But yeah, I think this is we're gonna reuse this. So which kind of makes sense because it's already got a lot of work done to it. Yeah, we're gonna bore it out. See, okay, so this might be a little confusing, but from this engine, we are reusing, I'm using the rods from this, the rods, and the crank is going to the FDM. We could use this crank and its rods, and we could give it to this car or this motor. So, and then like I said, the only reason why I'm giving these guys to the FDM because these are ready to go. So the rods are all ARPs, bearings are there, everything's ready to go for the FDM. They're RB25, so they're compatible. I know sometimes some people prefer to have crank to crank, rod to rod from the same block, but for me it's just kind of mix match, tiny mix match. As long as the specs are fine, you mix match. This definitely needs to go to the machine shop for sure. So, but I don't think I'm gonna take this to the machine shop anytime soon. Right now, just because I already have one engine out already, and before I confuse anybody. But yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna. I definitely want to tear this thing down and see where this is at, and then probably store the block like this. Like I like to, if I'm gonna, what I want to try to do is that if I have a bare block that I've tear down, I want it to wrap like this, ready to go. Put it on a little dolly and just put it in the corner. I know it's sealed. I got power lube in there, so it won't corrode as much, and then we're pretty much waiting on whenever I need to use it. So that one we're for sure we're gonna try to do something with it. I'm actually yeah we could definitely do something with that. It really just honestly it really needs a crank. Then this one we need a crank, heads, and internals. So you could, which is not gonna be hard to, I mean, we could probably take the crank from this thing and then maybe like fix it up that one spot, put it in here. We could. There's a lot of ideas. We're cooking. But yeah, that is no bueno. Right, as of right now, it's usable, but there's nothing I could do right now in the time frame I have. So, all right, cool. At least I got this thing sealed. That's all I care about. As long as I got that sealed, got everything sealed, ready to go. And then I still have the head in the van, so I need to take that to the machine shop so they can take a look at it and see, get that out of the way while I'm gone. So since I've extended my stay from Texas to Georgia, as long as everything goes out right. So, but yeah, all right, cool. All right, I guess that's the end of this adventure. So, peace out. All right, so if you guys are a little bit confused with this clip, I do not blame you, because during this time period, there was so much stuff confusing going on. I mean, I was trying everything trying to get my S13 up and running before Cosmic Drift. So the reason why I even had this block out is maybe I could slap some internals together. I already know the FDM engine has a rod knock, so maybe I could grab pistons from the Pink 240 and we could just Frankenstein an engine together. But eventually what happened was that I just didn't have the right resources. Don't forget, this is 2024 when I was still relatively broke. And the reality is, without any kind of financial support on that, there's just no way I was gonna get something together. Maybe if I had some pre-bearing wear, it wasn't rod knocking just yet, then maybe, or if I had blown piston rings, I could definitely Frankenstein something together. I mean, people in the past definitely have done that, but in my situation, there's just no way it was gonna happen like that. I mean, I'll be honest, when you're broke, you'll try to do everything to kind of get something together, especially when it comes to drifting. But yeah, after making that clip, I just realized, there's just nothing is gonna happen. So I just decided, you know what, even if I can't bring a drift to Cosmic Drift, I will still go to Cosmic Drift. And yeah, I'll definitely make a video about my experience at 2024 Cosmic Drift, and you never know, I might be editing it right now. But yeah, this video is just kind of like a whole behind the scenes and my thoughts of trying to figure out a problem. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Signing in.